Hello guys. I know it's been a long time since I've uploaded, but I've been really busy in my personal life. So my schedule for YouTube hasn't really been as free as it was. And then in the meantime, I've actually taken a break from the league since I've hit Diamond 4. It's been a long journey and I'll probably do a video on that in the future. But besides that, I wanted to talk about what's going on in the marathon community. As a lot of people know, this game has had a turbulent first couple months. I don't think the game's gonna die. It seems to have a steady player base, and I can queue at most times during the day with no issues in queue times. Usually it takes less than a minute to even get into a match. So for everyone saying the game's dead, I think the game has a decent sized player base, but it's definitely not big enough to be queuing on off hours at 2 a.m. Usually around that time, if it's a non-cryo day, which is the final map in the game, the queue times can be up to 4 minutes at its worst. But besides that, the game has had so many annoying situations so far, and I think this weekend was probably the worst one we've had. This week, a out-of-bounds glitch was discovered on one of the hardest maps in the game, Cryo Archive. And what makes this worse is that at first, this out-of-bounds glitch really didn't do anything. No one really knew how to use it to get into game-breaking positions where you could see people or anything disgusting like that. But this weekend specifically, a streamer going by the name of NAPainter finally used the out-of-bounds glitch to actually get into the compiler red room. Now, what makes this really annoying and disgusting, right, is the fact that this room has some of the best loot in the game. And to abuse this exploit, there's two things you must do. One, either wait for the team to kill the final boss, which requires very little effort and just waiting. And the other method is to actually wipe the map and then go back and do it. And in that case, it's still very annoying and very, very disgusting, but at the end of the day, it's not affecting anyone else. It might affect their personal economy because everything has loot value, as everything does in an extraction shooter. But it doesn't really matter at the end of the day if it doesn't affect anyone. However, that's not the end of our story. NAPainter used this out-of-bounds glitch to wait for another team to kill the final boss, which already takes a lot of effort and a lot of team coordination to even get to this boss fight.
Three, two, one, go. Hey there, buddies! How are you? Oh my god, we're so evil!
That is so funny what we just did! He basically sat hiding in a corner with his 3 pals, and instead of, making any decision to make just funny jokes or anything, he just didn't. He just killed them and mocked these players. What makes this even worse is that they weren't even aware of what's going on, and his response immediately on Twitter was that the dev said that it was completely okay because it was an exploit, and then proceeded to defend his claim.
What was that?
I'm posting online, you're getting banned.
First,
Unfortunately fired, a Bungie dev already knows about this, and they have said that they don't ban.
And then just telling people to have a recon on their team at all times. Now, I get it. From his perspective, it's not that big of a deal because it is just a video game at the end of the day. But it's an extraction shooter. I think when we talk about it's just a game at the end of the day, there's a difference between one loss, a few losses, but losing content in an extraction shooter can be very frustrating. And it's not like this is any other map in the game. This map has mechanics that are tied to RNG. Just to even get the chance to fight this final boss, you have to do 6 vaults on the map. And 3 of the keys have a RNG chance to drop that is very, very low. There are people with hundreds of hours that have not completed the 6th vault because of how long it takes to get a single red key. And he just completely wiped that team's chance to do that. Because even to fight the final boss requires another key that's a limited time consumable. So he basically robbed them of their attempt and just basically said it was completely fine. And the community did not like this at all. The community basically is in agreement that this guy deserves to be banned for this exploit. And to be honest, I think he does deserve a ban. I don't know if it should be a permaban, but at least a week, 2 weeks to a month. and all that loot that he got should be restricted from his account and given back to those players, because it's just completely disgusting what he did. To use an exploit to get into that room that requires that much effort was insanely unfair. I mean, imagine you spend weeks trying to get to this boss, you finally kill it just to find a streamer sitting there waiting for you, and then he mocks you like it's nothing. And then your team, you don't even know if you have another key to attempt this boss. So all that time, all that effort, just gone like that. And the only response is, I don't really care because I'm not going to get banned. It's kind of stupid. Like, for example, he first says that a dev said that he had permission to do exploits without being banned, and then immediately said he never talked to a dev. So he definitely is lying on that part, but it's just extremely scummy to just think that you're going to get away with this and just ruin someone else's day like that. Like, dude, it took me over 80 in-game hours, and I got extremely lucky, and it was between 3 of my friends all doing their own thing trying to get that 6th key. I can only imagine what that crew went through just to get their 6th key, and he just robbed them like it was nothing, all because he plays this game every single day of his life.
Players!
Hey there, buddies! How are you?
Oh, you're cheating, huh?
Now, I've definitely played games that have had exploits before. Like, hell, I even played R6 before Operation Health. I don't know if people remember, but that game is full of exploits and bugs before that patch. So I definitely get the idea of using whatever advantages you have. But in a game like this, where not everyone can do that, it just makes the playing field completely uneven. Because to even do this exploit, you have to run a very specific hero named Thief. And it sucks that, like, you just have to be aware of this. Now, the good thing is, this happened at the very end of the event. This map only runs from Thursday to Saturday. So most likely we are going to get a patch this week making this impossible to do. But I still think that something should be done. And again, I don't want to say I'm against NAPainter. I don't really know the guy, but he's been called out as an exploiter in the Destiny 2 community as well. And I get it, we don't want to be witch hunting people, but this is stupid. I'm not saying that anyone should be spewing hate against him, but I definitely think at the end of the day, Bungie needs to be the ones that decide if this guy gets banned or not. That's pretty much all. Not a super long video, but I just wanted to bring this to light since I didn't see anyone else making videos on it. Other than that, if you want to leave a like and sub, I might upload more depending on how this video does. Other than that, I'm just uploading lore and voice line videos for other games I like Deadlock and stuff. Besides that, I hope you guys have a great day and take care.